I'm Casey Shutrop, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome to your hometown news. I'm April Frelke with my co-host Joe Minnie. And Joe, we've got a fun show tonight.
Yes, we do.
Because we've got some young guests.
Yes.
We're interviewing Kendall again about her project.
Two high school students.
It's going to be great. And we have an old favorite of ours, Grace Grogan.
Yes.
She's in one of our you're watching Lynxx promos.
Yes.
The hunting, and she's been on baking with us, so that'll be a fun interview.
So she has her own kitchen, so we're going to talk about that.
Yes. We always love to talk about food.
Yes.
Well, our first guest is a Girl Scout working on her Gold Award project, which is the updating the Heritage Park playground equipment in New Lisbon. She's also the New Lisbon High School Art Student of the Month for December. Welcome back to our program, Kendall Larson.
Hi.
Well, hello, Kendall. Congratulations on your achieving Art Student of the Month. Do you have any art that you can share with our viewers today?
Yes, there are a couple projects that I've been working on recently. I have a lot of the things in art this year, at least. We've been working a lot on value changes and just different shades of different colors. So we've been working a lot on that recently. And as you see in a couple of my art pieces, we do a lot of colors, a lot of different things that you wouldn't really see around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of shading, lots of colors. Well,
yeah.
Source light.
Yes. Kendall, can you just give us an update on the progress of your Gold Award project? How are things going, and what are some maybe plans?
Yeah, so far we have collected over $2,700 through the Facebook fundraiser and other donations. And recently we've had the New Lisbon sixth graders and the early childhood class at New Lisbon. They teamed up and made wooden signs that have two different sayings on them. And they made maybe like 10, I think there are. And we are auctioning them off on an event on my Facebook page. So people can put their bids on there, and then the highest bidder at the end date will get the board. So we are working on that right now. And then right now I'm working with playground companies to get bids and quotes just to finalize what I want to do for my project.
Okay.
And our viewers can see some of your pictures right there.
Is that what you want the park to end up looking like when you're done with it, or you got like more that you kind of want to add to that?
Well, as of right now, I would like to add more to it, but those are just some starting things that we have.
So what has surprised you the most with this park project?
What has surprised me the most is how excited people are to get this going. And I got a message from someone recently that they are really happy that I'm doing the project for the children in wheelchairs or handicapable, because she has a child that is handicapable, and her child will be able to use the musical instruments that we plan on putting there. And another thing that surprises me is how generous people are around here. Like, you don't see people in other communities that are doing this big of a project, and it's amazing how people are so just excited and generous to do all this stuff.
Wow, Kendall, those pictures that you have look really integrated in that. When you're saying the musical, I've heard of sometimes those are like kind of sensory boards. So it's a real popular add to community parks lately.
Yeah, it's really fun to see all of the different types of things that they have around.
Mm-hmm. Now, were you collecting donations recently at like the lights, or is that something you're still going to do it all this rest of the next week before Christmas? The holiday lights down in the park in New Lisbon, the Heritage Park, or the Riverside Park, sorry.
Yeah, so I did it last weekend, and we got about $50 in just 2 short hours. And so I think that is my last weekend, because there's a different person each weekend to collect donations. So my weekend was last weekend, so I'm not sure who's next weekend though.
Okay.
So Kendall, what have you set up for our viewers to help donate to this project?
So first we have the Facebook fundraiser. It's just called Kendall's Playground Project, and I have a Facebook group that has updates and different pictures that I have. And then I also have a fundraiser for that too. So, and then you can also mail in donations or drop them off at the Body Shop Bar and Grill. And the check should be made out to the New Lisbon Girl Scouts. And then to start off the new year, we have many new ideas for fundraisers that we can do. So we are going to be planning that for the new year.
That's great. So with this project and your donations, do you have like a target groundbreaking date? Do you have in mind? Do you have a goal date?
So our goal date is spring 2021. That's our goal, but it might go further, might go sooner. We're not really sure as of right now.
Because you're still gathering those quotes. So.
Yep.
Well, nice work, Kendall, on your project. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Well, the catering for cast and crew has been provided by Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens. Great food with a fun and relaxing atmosphere at Marco's. And you'll definitely want to stay tuned because Grace's Messy Kitchen is next. But first, we want to thank our program sponsors.
Hometown News is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, The Fun Company, Game Room Store, and the Little Cottage Home Decor and more in New Lisbon.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Your health is important to us at Toma Health, and by taking a few steps like wearing a mask and social distancing, you can help stop the spread to keep our community safe and well. To protect our community, we're offering Video Visit. Video Visit provides secure face-to-face access to a board-certified medical provider online to assess specific medical conditions and prescribe common medications. The service is easy to access and available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Learn more about Video Visit at tomahealth.org.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Well, our next guest has been on the show in the past, and we've just saw her station identification. Please welcome back to our program an owner and chief baker at Grace's Messy Kitchen, Grace Grogan. So good to have you, Grace, and that was you. Saying welcome back.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Well, welcome back, Grace. And you have quite the following on Instagram. We looked just earlier. You have over 4,600 followers. How did this all start?
Yeah, well, actually, I started my Instagram account back in 2017 when I was in 7th grade. That's when I started taking baking more seriously, and I thought, my friends and family would want to see my baking, like what I'm up to, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger until here we are.
Grace, when was the first time you were with us with your baking? Was that before or after the hunting that you did a segment with us on youth hunting as well?
That was after the hunting. That was about 2 years later, I want to say.
Okay. So tell me, I'm curious, where did you get the name Grace's Messy Kitchen?
Well, so since I bake a lot, it's like I'm constantly baking, so our kitchen's not always the cleanest. And then my parents started saying, like, it's more like Grace's kitchen than our kitchen. And so it was like, yeah, Grace's Messy Kitchen. And then I liked the name, so I named, like, my Instagram account that, and it stuck. So...
What's your favorite thing to bake right now?
Currently, I just love doing cakes. They're just really fun for me.
Well, I know people can see your creations, but how can our viewers buy your baked goods?
You can always DM me through Instagram. That's the easiest way to do it.
Do you have any other like Facebook or anything like that, like with a website or anything?
I do have a website, but that's for my recipes. Currently, Instagram is my only form of communication with customers.
So what's the response, Grace, that I know you're in high school, that your friends and your family has to like kind of your Instagram success and your baked goods look amazing?
Sorry, what was the question?
What have your friends and family saying about this? Like, you know, kids at high school that you're going to high school and stuff with your messy kitchen.
They're always like, kids when they find out, they're always a little surprised that I'm a cake decorator, even though I'm so young. But my family is just really happy with what I've been doing with my baking talents, and they're just really excited to see where it's going to take me in the future.
So as you've been doing these baking projects, I guess, individuals, are you like, you've been expanding your skill set and like you're trying bigger and better things?
Yes, I have. Like, I started like years ago, I could barely do like a cupcake without messing up. And now I've just upgraded to more complex desserts and like cakes that are multiple tiers. And it's just been a lot of fun.
I know with baking, Grace, a lot of times it's a lot of practice. Has there been a situation ever where you had a really big fail and you just were like, what did that, you know, that you really learned something from that you can really remember?
Yeah, this happened a couple years ago where I didn't think that cooking spray was necessary. So you definitely need cooking spray to spray in the pan, because then the whole cake ended up sticking and it just fell apart and I couldn't use it. So.
And while I was looking over your Instagram, I noticed you actually did a coronavirus cake. Is that right?
I did. That was my way of coping with the pandemic.
So you did that back in the spring?
What was that?
Well, you did that back in the spring then?
Yeah, I did it in May, I believe.
Okay.
Grace, what advice would you give to any of our viewers or the young, you know, people watching to get started in baking, or even something that they love to do?
If you love to do something, just keep working hard at it, because eventually all your hard work would pay off, and just put yourself out there. Like, you never know where opportunities are going to lead to.
Do you have any friends, or have you been inspiring other young people to do following your footsteps?
I have, actually. I've been getting a lot of DMs this week with kids who are as young as 10 saying, like, I want to be like you when I grow up, which is really surprising to me, because it's like, I'm just baking. Like, that's just what I like to do for fun, but it's really sweet of them.
Grace, I know some of our viewers may not have Instagram accounts, some of our older folks that watch. What is it, just to clarify for them, what's a DM? They may not know what that means when you say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That stands for direct messaging.
So that's how people direct message you about your cakes and things like that. And I have a question this summer I noticed on your Instagram, because I was kind of out in the doing some baking too on the side. How did the farmers market go? You were doing some sales at farmers market. How did that go, and how did you get involved in the farmers market?
So I had seen it going on in my town last year, and I was like, wow, that looks really fun. And then I checked, and Wisconsin actually has a law where you can legally sell baked goods from home as long as you specify. So then I called up my two best friends who also love to bake, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. So then we just set everything up. We bought a tent, and it went really well. People were really happy with our baked goods. So,
do you expect you're going to be doing more shows like that, or more markets?
Oh, definitely. That was so much fun.
Grace, we really want to thank you for being with us. My favorite dessert that you made with Nick and I used your recipe, is you made like a frozen s'mores dessert. And like s'mores is almost my favorite dessert ever. So that's something I really remembered when you were with us on the Lynxx.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Grace. Up next, we have our good friends from the Great Rivers United Ways. Stay tuned.
Your health is important to us at Toma Health, and by taking a few steps like wearing a mask and social distancing, you can help stop the spread to keep our community safe and well. To protect our community, we're offering Video Visit. Video Visit provides secure face-to-face access to a board-certified medical provider online to assess specific medical conditions and prescribe common medications. The service is easy to access and available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Learn more about Video Visit at tomahealth.org.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
And an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
Is where the fun begins. What's the more in the little cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the little cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and More, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hi folks, I'm Maggie May, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community. Yeehaw!
Katie Sparks from the Great Rivers United Way. Welcome back, Katie. Good to have you with us.
Hi, April. Good to see you.
Hi, Katie. This is Joe. How has Great Rivers United Way been handling your giving campaign during this challenging year?
Yeah, so I know you guys have had us on quite a bit this year, and we're so grateful for that. You know, I think we've been probably handling it the best we can, considering everything people are facing in 2020. But as you know, earlier in the spring, we did raise $1.3 million for that emergency response. So around June, we really had to pivot and try to start fundraising for our annual campaign. So what we've been doing with that this year is just really trying to be accessible to all of our individuals and donors who support us. So we've been offering a lot of virtual options of ways people can give. So, you know, having that online pledge form, we even had some campaigns do virtual bingo and trivia to try to raise money for us. We hosted 2 food truck fundraisers. We did a virtual campaign via social media. So we've really been trying to be as creative as possible.
So Katie, with that in mind, what challenges or needs do you see the nonprofit community facing in 2021?
Yeah, so just like we hear, you know, individuals are struggling and small businesses are struggling, our nonprofits are really struggling too, and that need for giving is so high this year, more than ever. And we know that just, you know, Monroe County specifically, 11% of people in the county are living below the poverty line. And then we have another 20% that are living just right above that poverty line, but not enough where they're living a sustainable life. And so what we're really projecting for 2021 is that people, even now, but also into 2021, are going to continue to struggle with things like homelessness, financial and food insecurity, as well as, you know, struggling with mental health symptoms and increased substance use. So a lot of the programs that United Way works with and that we partner with to fund address these complex issues in our community.
Well, with all that, I imagine some of the small businesses that you're used to working with, they're probably having their hard challenges as well. So has that changed a little bit in how you're getting your funding?
Yeah, it has. You know, we normally are able to, you know, go into our small businesses and present and be in front of people and talk about the importance of United Way and bring in people who are impacted with the programming so that they can meet the donors. We've done, you know, community impact tours before where people are able to go out into these agencies and really see the impact in the community that's being made. And we haven't been able to do any of that because we're not gathering. And so that has made a huge impact. A lot of our campaigns are down. And so we have been trying to continuously ask the community, you know, to support us in any way that they can, whether it's $5, $15, you know, every little bit really does help, especially this year. It's just, you know, I feel like we're doing well considering the year, but we're kind of in the same place as everyone else. We want to make sure that these programs are here in 2021, because if they're not, people are still going to continue to struggle with what they're dealing with now, and they just might not have as much support.
Well, with that being said, how can someone help or get involved if they feel inclined to do so?
Yeah, so our giving campaign is still open through the end of the year. We support 52 nonprofit programs right here in our 7-county service region. And myself, growing up in Monroe County, I'm super proud of all the programs that partner in that area with United Way too. What's raised here stays here. And so, like I said before, every little bit helps. We are able to accept gifts over the phone, so you can always call our office and we can talk with you about how you'd like to give. You can always mail a gift to our building in Onalaska, or you can give online at gruw.org. So that's gru.org. And on there, it'll show you a lot of different ways that you can give, whether you want to give via a credit card, or you'd like to have a build gift that we send you in 2021. There's a lot of different ways to give.
So I know you're looking more for monetary donations, but I've worked with United Ways in different areas of the states, and I've heard of like the Day of Caring, where folks like pick up projects and they help another community member with, like, say, painting or garage or something like that. Is there a way for like members in the community to be able to like donate their time or like skill set?
Yeah, so our Day of Caring we actually host in July of every year, and we did have a good turnout for that this year. But I think pretty much what you're talking about, Joe, would be our website, yougetconnected.org. So that's you, just the letter U, getconnected.org. That's a collaboration that we do with UWL, Viterbo University, and WTC. And that has all of a ton of different volunteer opportunities on that website. So anybody can go to that website, see any of our partner agencies or just people in general in the community asking for help with volunteerism, and you can sign up to participate that way. So there are a lot of things out there right now. We also have some cool activities out there periodically that we're doing, so definitely keep that website in mind.
Well, Katie, thank you so much for joining us. We've run out of time, so good luck with all your campaigns. Up next, Encouraging Thoughts. See you in 2.
What's the more in the little cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the little cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and More, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
You are watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to your community.
For this episode of Encouraging Thoughts, we're going to talk about strategy for staying balanced and healthy dealing with the holiday stress. So, Joe, we have a special guest this evening.
Yes.
We've got Nick zooming in with us. So, welcome to Encouraging Thoughts with us, Nick. Good to have you.
Here. What you got up to? What encouraging thoughts do you have today?
Well, we're going to talk about balancing holiday stress, specifically holiday stress. So I'm going to start, Nick, okay? I have to tell you that I really, really am stressing out about like not having enough time, but I'm making time for exercising. So that's my balances. I'm trying to balance out. I have an inside bike. Okay. And I think I've almost pedaled the pedals off my stationary bike. But I give myself a goal of try to do at least a minimum of 25 miles a week.
That's a lot.
And usually I was riding 10 miles a day over the summer. So I was doing like...
Is that 7 days a week, or are you like Monday through Friday?
No, in the summer I was riding like 70 miles a week on my bike, my outside bike. But when I have less stress during the week, sometimes I'll do 10 miles a day. So
depending on the amount of stress you're dealing with is the number of miles you're racking up.
Yes. So,
I can see that.
So my whole thing would be exercise, healthy breathing, and when you have to wear masks all the time too, like all day when I'm at school, like getting that extra oxygen and getting things moving I think is so walking, exercising, and breathing and just.
Well, exercise in general is good for the soul anyway. So.
Absolutely. So that's my balancing tip.
Nick, how do you balance your stress?
Well, first thing I have to recognize, and maybe this would be somewhat encouraging, is two types of stress. There's the good stress and there's the bad stress. So I think what we're talking about here kind of is the bad stress. The good stress is stress is looking forward to gifts, going out on a date. Yeah, there's good stress, okay? The bad stress is the kind of stuff that you really got to get your arms around about a week before Christmas. This is probably a little bit too late to do it, but never too late. And the things that I bear in mind when I have a bunch of things like that is I'll be realistic with what I'm going to do, plan ahead, seek help where I can, delegate where I can, okay, and learn to say no. So what I do is I will sit down, try to collect myself, get a piece of paper in front of me, make a list of all the things that I feel like I have to do. Then the first thing I do after I got that list of things to do is I put what are the must, needs, and desires. I put an M, this has got to be done. This is something that should be done. And then there's this kind of D for I'd like to kind of thing, but I don't have to do it. And once I get that settled, then I can go through the most important part of this thing is to look down, be realistic, delegate things from that list, cross off things of the list, say no to the things on the list, okay, and balance it out. That's the best thing, because then I feel like I'm in control of the events rather than the events controlling me. All of a sudden, a morning comes and oh, wait a minute, I got to get to shopping before the stores close. You get into a time crunch. You could have planned that a day or two before. So I blab on that stuff, but there you have it. It's a matter of list, priorities, okay, and then analyzing, cutting back, and delegating. But mostly stay in control of the things. Don't let the things control you.
I love that, Nick. Yeah. That's great.
He's basically planning his stress. So it's incremental.
I love that, yeah.
Well,
Joe?
Yeah, I know we only have a little bit of time left, but I like to kind of take your mind off of it by doing other hobbies. You like to get healthy with being active, but just like me, I focus on fantasy football. I mean, that's it's right now is the hot and heavy. It's actually a little bit stressful in its own right because there's playoff contentions right now going on in fantasy football, and but the fun and the thrill of it is
that's good stress.
That's good stress. So, but that's just a hobby, So I would imagine there's lots of hobbies out there, carpentry work or sewing or quilting.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, Nick. And a little elf told me that I got a package today from Hercules Chocolates.
Really?
So I wonder.
Wow.
Well, we want to thank our viewers for watching your hometown news, where we're connecting you to the community. So if it's from you, Nick, thank you.